Hi, I'm Jackie Stapleton and welcome to ATOL TV. Today I'm here to help you with understanding the requirements of ISO 9001. If you like this video and want to see more great content, then click the subscribe button and the bell icon. It costs nothing to subscribe and you can unsubscribe at any time. In this video, I'm going to cover clause 7.2, competence. I'm going to break this clause down and turn it into something you can all understand. You'll then be able to apply this to your own organisation system and understand what the requirements will look like for you. No more guessing. Keep on watching as I can show you just how easy this is. Okay, let's get started. Let's take a look at what clause 7.2 wants us to do. First off, the clause states that the organisation shall determine the necessary competence of persons or person doing work under its control that affects the performance and effectiveness of the quality management system and ensure that these persons are competent on the basis of appropriate education, training, or experience. That's right, it's up to the organisation to figure out what competence requirements are needed for the different roles relevant to the quality management system. Well, quality in general, which includes your products, services, and activities as well. You normally see what these competence requirements are documented in position descriptions or job descriptions. They could also be included in a training matrix or register. These requirements should be based on appropriate education or training requirements, which could be licenses, tickets, certifications, or certificate level training through to degree level even. These could also include on-the-job training requirements. These will be determined by legal requirements, which you'll identify as part of clause 613, so be sure to check that one out. There's also industry requirements and your own business requirements. As well as education and training, there may also be experience requirements. That could be what the person comes to you with, or it could mean that there is an element of on-the-job training to be completed before they are marked off as competent. Then C states that the organisation shall, where applicable, take actions to acquire the necessary competence and evaluate the effectiveness of the actions taken. The note at the end of this clause actually states that applicable actions can include, for example, the provision of training to, the mentoring of, or the reassignment of currently employed persons, or the hiring or contracting of competent persons. So, now that you have established the competence requirements, whether it be by education, training, or experience, individually or all together, you can still consider taking on board people to the business with some shortfalls to the competence requirements. However, you need to make sure that actions are taken to complete training, further study, or on-the-job training, or experience tasks, which could also include mentoring from another person in the business. And then finally, D states that the organisation shall retain appropriate documented information as evidence of competence. So, any competence requirements that have been determined, you need to ensure that you have evidence that they have been achieved. So, if you say that a diploma or a licence or both are required for a particular job, ensure that you have collected and saved the documentation to prove that this has been met. If you also state that on-the-job training is required, ensure that there is a record of this as well. To summarise these clause requirements, there's 3 things an organisation needs to remember. 1, Figure out what competence requirements are needed. Base this on legal and industry education and training requirements, as well as on the job. 2, make sure that these competence requirements are met, even if the organisation has to support some actions to make sure they are achieved. And 3, retain evidence that these competence requirements have been met by keeping a record of training completed, certificates gained, licenses, as well as on-the-job training records. It's pretty simple once you break it down like that. Now that I've explained all of these requirements, can you see more clearly how you could action and demonstrate these requirements in your own management system? Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Auditor Training Online is a recognised training provider, and we know how it works in the real world. So we are confident that we can help you to make a change in your life and join the most sought after profession out there. Go to our website and enroll in our training to transform your work and industry experience into a recognised qualification and career. And also, don't forget to subscribe to ATOL TV and leave a comment or question, as I truly do want to help you to join the best career out there with me.